Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
The moment many boxing fans never expected finally became a reality. Two different generations of the sport were suddenly standing in the same place, facing one another without the usual buildup of a staged matchup. Floyd "Money" Mayweather represented an era defined by an undefeated record, elite defensive boxing, and a business empire that extended far beyond the ring. Standing opposite him was Terence "Bud" Crawford, one of the defining fighters of the modern generation, known for moving through weight classes, defeating elite competition, and building his own claim to greatness. There were no official introductions or manufactured face-off moments. It was simply Mayweather and Crawford standing across from each other, with the tension speaking for itself. The scene represented a meeting between boxing's past and present, with both fighters fully aware of what their legacies represent. Even without a fight taking place, the encounter alone was enough to make the boxing world pay attention.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
To understand why this moment carries so much weight, it's important to look back at the path that led here. For more than 10 years, Floyd Mayweather remained one of boxing's dominant figures, building an unbeaten professional record while consistently controlling the biggest stages in the sport. He finished his career with 50 victories and no defeats, collecting major wins along the way. He outpointed Canelo Alvarez, defeated Manny Pacquiao, and became one of boxing's biggest commercial attractions. When Mayweather stepped away from competition, he left behind a legacy built on technical ability, ring intelligence, and an unmatched level of mainstream appeal. For many fans, that combination created a standard they believed would be extremely difficult for another fighter to equal.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
Then Terence Crawford emerged as one of the defining figures of the next generation. He brought a combination of technical skill, discipline, and ambition that made him a natural successor in the conversation surrounding elite boxing after Mayweather's retirement. Crawford established himself by dominating top competition at welterweight and continuing to succeed as he moved through different divisions. But the biggest turning point came when Crawford finally stepped into the ring against Canelo Alvarez. That matchup placed him on an even larger stage and changed the way many people viewed his position among the sport's modern greats.
You know, you said something about what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. You know, Canelo is, you know, an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, you know. So, there's no more. So, you know, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo. You know, I'm the face of boxing now. And I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, like I always been. You know, just gotta wait and see.
Many doubters believed Crawford's physical disadvantage would be too much to overcome. They questioned whether he could handle the difference in size and strength. Instead, Crawford answered those concerns with a commanding performance, controlling the fight and proving that the gap in dimensions didn't prevent him from competing at the highest level. His victory over Canelo became more than another major win on his resume. It pushed Crawford further into the conversation surrounding the best fighters of his era and gave fans another reason to compare his accomplishments with Mayweather's legacy. For the first time, the question of who truly defines this generation became even harder to ignore.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, he would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
And then came the statement that changed the entire conversation. Canelo Alvarez, who had experienced both Mayweather and Crawford firsthand, publicly acknowledged that he viewed Crawford as the superior fighter. That admission immediately gave the Mayweather versus Crawford debate a completely new level of attention.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
That single comment sent a wave through the boxing community. For years, Mayweather had built his public image around the idea of making difficult fights look effortless. Canelo was one of the major opponents he defeated during that era, which made Canelo later favoring Crawford in the comparison especially significant.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
Canelo's endorsement of Crawford changed the tone of the entire debate. Mayweather, who had spent years being viewed as the standard of excellence, was now facing a new comparison with a fighter who was increasingly being placed in that same conversation. Suddenly, Crawford's name was appearing alongside Floyd's in discussions about the very best. That shift added another layer to Mayweather's public comments. He began suggesting that there could still be unfinished business for him and hinted that he might have another serious competitive fight left. The idea was not another exhibition overseas or a matchup built around an influencer, but a genuine fight against a high-level opponent.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
At the center of those discussions was the same fighter who had most recently defeated Canelo, Terence "Bud" Crawford. For Mayweather, the potential matchup represented more than another major event. It became connected to the larger question of how his legacy would be remembered, especially as Crawford's name continued to rise in conversations about the greatest fighters of the modern era.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
that is what made the face-off between Floyd and Crawford feel different. It wasn't simply another promotional moment between two famous fighters. Their meeting carried the weight of the growing debate over their respective legacies. However, before any serious discussion about a Mayweather-Crawford matchup can move forward, Floyd has another scheduled appearance to deal with. He is set to face Mike Tyson in an exhibition next April, a matchup that has already attracted significant attention throughout the combat sports world.
If you could have fought any fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love for him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that that realm of great knowledge, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
Two fighters who came to represent completely different eras of boxing are now being placed in the same conversation. One built his legacy through technical brilliance, defensive mastery, and precision. The other became famous for explosive power and relentless aggression. Mike Tyson has also been outspoken about Floyd Mayweather over the years. He has criticized Floyd's personality and fighting approach, while making it clear that he sees their styles as completely different. Tyson has even spoken about how intense a meeting between them could become, adding another layer of tension to the hypothetical matchup.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
That opportunity would give Tyson the chance to test Mayweather in a completely different way. For Floyd, however, the exhibition would represent more than a financial opportunity. It would also serve as a chance to demonstrate that he can still perform at the level that defined his career and show that the skills that made him one of boxing's most recognizable champions haven't disappeared.
Fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event.
Here's a fully reworked version that keeps the same storyline and meaning while using a fresh structure and wording. If Mayweather manages to come through the Tyson exhibition without any major setbacks, the entire conversation could change. A strong performance would reinforce the idea that Floyd can still compete at a high level and give the Mayweather-Crawford discussion new life. But the opposite outcome could have a completely different effect. If Tyson catches Floyd and makes him look vulnerable, questions about another major matchup would become much harder to ignore. The idea of a 50-year-old Mayweather moving forward after struggling against a much larger heavyweight legend could lose much of its appeal. That puts an unexpected twist on the situation. Mike Tyson could end up playing an important role in determining whether the long-discussed Mayweather versus Crawford possibility gains momentum or fades away.